In this chapter, we're going to look at a new branch, or one of the branches of business studies, called bookkeeping. Don't forget that in our first chapter, the chapter 1, we said that there are aspects of business studies as a whole has several aspects. We talked about the office, talked about commerce, bookkeeping is one of it. They also talked about typewriting, and before we had shorthand as one of the branches of business studies. So in this chapter we're going to look at bookkeeping. What is bookkeeping? So bookkeeping is the name used to describe the recording of cash and credit transactions so that information relating to the transaction may be easily obtained. Okay, so you have an office, and in the office people come, pay for a particular item. You need to have someone in charge of recording all the transactions. Now the process of recording the transactions, putting them on a paper, or let's say in your computer, it's called bookkeeping. And bookkeeping is very, very important for the success of a business. Okay, so bookkeeping helps business, and it's useful to all workers in different professions, and it's very essential for the better management of a business. With bookkeeping, you can know the value of goods purchased, the value of goods sold, the expenses of the business, the amount of cash in the office or in the bank, the sum of money owed by customers, the sums of money owed by the business to those who buys or borrows from it, the record of the value of the property, and the possessions of the business. Now, the importance of bookkeeping cannot be overemphasized. Even as an individual, as you spend money on your textbooks, you buy biscuits every day, you need to keep or track all your expenses so that at the end of the day or at the end of the month, you can easily calculate and know how much you as a person spend every month. So tracking of the profits and losses of a business is very easy to track if you are keeping your books in order, and also the financial position of the business on any given day. So the one who keeps the records is called a bookkeeper. And what are the qualities of a bookkeeper? Number one, he or she must be careful and accurate, must write legibly. So the person must write clearly so that anybody reading at any time will understand what exactly. If you see 5, you know it's 5 and not 6. Okay, and he or she must be able to operate any equipment under his or her control. And the equipment, the most important of it is computer. In this era, most offices use accounting software or some record keeping software or database software. The most popular is Excel. So such equipment or computers, the bookkeeper must know how to use this very well. Then another thing we'll look at is the common bookkeeping practices. The first one is the naira and kobo signs are not indicated in a ruled column. It is usually written on top. Okay, what I mean by this is, let's say you have your recordings, and here you have all items purchased. Okay, you have items purchased here. You won't write for each one, you put naira sign, this 10 naira, the other one 20 naira. To keep your books clean, it is better to put the naira sign on top, then instead just write 10, 20, 50, 100. Okay, then another practice is that 2 zeros are written in the kobo column when an amount is in naira only. Okay, so instead of writing just 50 here, it is proper to put zeros behind. This will let the person going through books know that there is no extra kobo missing. So if something is 10 naira 50 kobo, you write 10 naira 50 kobo. But if it's just 10 naira, don't just write 10 naira. It might seem that there is a kobo forgotten. So it's customary you put 00 to make it very explicit and clear that there is no extra money missing. Then when an accountant rules a single line beneath an amount, it indicates that either a total or remainder will follow. When we start looking at how to document, we'll explain this better. So just like I ruled a single line here, it means that something else is about to follow. Let's say total, and the total of all this, let's say, is 1,000. So write 1,000. So a single line indicates that something else will follow. But a double line, instead, a double ruling, shows that this is a final. Okay? So a double ruling across an amount column indicates that the work above the double line is complete and accurate. Okay, so these are very important practices of bookkeeping. Now I want to click on answer, on take quiz, and answer all the questions following.